So I'm back on the road again, and I left Japan, so I'm traveling right now. And honestly, I have mixed feelings about it, which is super, super annoying because this was literally what I was always asking for. Like, I want to go out or break out of the routine. I do not want to stay in Japan and doing like daily dose. I want to experience a lot. I want to travel. I want to see the world, okay? And sometimes it's just so weird because when you wanted a thing so badly and then you finally have it and then still something doesn't feel right, you feel like, what the fuck is wrong with me? Like, honestly. And so let me take you back. So I left Japan a few weeks ago, and it was not really hard leaving because I knew like I will return in a few months back to Japan for a little bit of traveling, and I knew I will see my friends, so it was not that bad saying finally goodbye to my daily dose or like my build-up life in Japan, which was good. And I started traveling, and I was at the airport, and it was kind of weird. I mean, I was excited and I felt like, yes, finally, but it was not like the typical like, oh my gosh, oh my god, oh my gosh. I feel like, as stupid as it sounds, maybe I've traveled too much already. And I mean, I know this is first world problems, but I didn't feel nervous or anxious or anything. I was just like, yeah, I haven't planned anything, but I will figure it out because I know I am capable of that and doing my independent shit and stuff, and I don't need to plan everything ahead, so just going with the flow. So I arrived at the airport, and in the airplane I think it was like just a 2 or 3 hour flight to South Korea, and unfortunately I missed the snack distribution time because I was sleeping, because maybe everything was so crazy exciting that I had to fall asleep and get some energy back. Alright, SAG has me off now, so yeah, I love sleeping. That's my only talent for traveling, very useful. But yeah, so I arrived in Korea, in Seoul, and then I felt like, alright, I feel it. I kind of like get settled, like now I'm in traveling mode again. Okay, let's go. And I started to get hyped. And at the beginning, Korea was so much fun. Like, new stores, new vibe, new people. I met friends. I went on hikes. And another thing which was very, very weird to me, actually, was I started to be productive. And to clarify that, I'm pro in procrastination. Like, honestly, like, I've seen it with my studies. I was not really keen always on studying so much. I always felt like, yeah, I'd rather do something with my friends or go to a festival. And also with the podcast, sometimes I had to do something last minute because I was just like, yeah, but there are so many other things. But holy shit, when I came to Korea, I was focused. I was in it. I worked for my online project. I did some podcasting stuff, and I was fucking productive. And I felt like, that's interesting. So apparently my brain needs some chaos, some new impressions, some new stuff to see, to analyze, like just excitement, so I don't get bored. And yeah, traveling is perfect for that. And if you think about it, it's very, very healthy. I mean, easy like this, building up a lifestyle where you don't get bored and where you're constantly still motivated and not procrastinating. And anyway, so at the beginning, I was like on another level. I was in my pro phase. I was on my peak. I really felt like, yes, I needed that for so long. And then there was suddenly a shift. And I don't know. Sometimes it's just, maybe it happens when you're traveling too much, or you also become so independent that a lot of things do not excite you anymore. And it's just like, nah, okay, let's do next. And to give you an example, on my first solo trip, it was crazy. Everything was exciting. I felt like, wow, I managed to book a flight on my own. I managed to go from one place to another. I got an eSIM, whatever. Or I talked to the first people, and it was so cool. I felt like, I felt maybe a little bit like Indiana Jones. Like, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm traveling. I do adventurous stuff, yes. And now I have to say, it is like very low. Like, I know I'm capable of all these things. So for me, as I said, like, I didn't book or plan anything ahead because I knew I can do it by myself when I'm in the country. I will get around when I'm in the country. I'm independent enough. I can do all the stuff by myself. And yeah, after a while, I just realized another beautiful view. Nice. Another old building. Another cute cafe. Another mountain. Another street market. Another temple. Another must-see place. And when I'm saying this like this, I feel so ungrateful, and I feel like, man, honestly, you should be so happy that you're able to travel to all these places, that you have the opportunities. You should be super, super grateful. But here's the truth. After seeing so many stuff, I feel like, yeah, it's nice, but next, yeah. And I mean, don't get me wrong, like, if I visit 2 different temples, they're both probably super nice, but the thing is, in the end, it's still a temple. And I think the problem, honestly, and I think this is just a problem in general when you travel solo for too long, your standards for excitement are kind of broken, let's say it like that. I feel like a spoiled brat. And I start asking myself, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with you? Am I bored? Am I burned out? Am I so ungrateful? Or what happened? And then this thought occurred in my head, which was just saying, like, maybe I turned my dream life into another routine again. And as you all know, I'm not a big fan of routines. Like, I'm just getting bored because I'm always getting into like a procrastination phase because everything is always the same and I'm just feeling like a robot. I don't like it, and my brain apparently doesn't like it either. And then with this in mind, I was just thinking, hey, what do I actually want? Like, freedom or stability? And yeah, I want both. Like, I want freedom, but I also want stability. And I want adventure, but also maybe my own space where I have my own fridge, my own kitchen, whatever. You know, my own personal space. And yeah, apparently I want everything. I know it's very, very humble of me. But I think I have to figure it out somehow. And this is a problem. And I feel sometimes, this is the thing. When I talk to my people from home, they're like, yeah, just enjoy it. I mean, it's your own, like, never-ending vacation. But I always say, like, no, traveling, if you do long-term travel, it's not like it's a vacation. It's like a lot of stress. It's also like a lot of thinking, and you need to be comfortable with yourself, right? And I also realized that instead of just having one emotion when I'm in a like normal or in my settled environment, I realized now that I'm on the road by myself, I have a lot of feelings and emotions. So I do overthink so much more, and I feel like, is this even possible? And with the overthinking, I'm thinking about this stuff, what I told you just right now. And with all the overthinking, I don't know. I don't really come to a conclusion because it's really hard and diverse, this topic. But I think eventually you know what you want to do. So for now, for me, of course, I continue traveling, and I want to figure out by myself what I really want to do without distracting myself. So I also spend a few days already at the beach, just sitting there watching the sea, doing literally nothing, no music, no talks. I was just there by myself and eating a little bit. And yeah, I just realized now I have very much different questions to my solo travel journey than I had 4 years ago when I started. So now my questions are not just very shallow with, hey, where should I go next? What should I do? Who should I meet? Now it's more like the question, what kind of life do I actually want? And maybe it's also like a difference because when I started traveling, I was in my early mid-20s, and now I'm going to the late 20s. And I think maybe this is also a reason why you start shifting your questions. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I really don't know. And I do enjoy it. I also, I feel sometimes I'm ungrateful, and I feel like, hey, appreciate more that you're solo traveling. But for me, solo traveling basically does not mean going from one attraction to another and seeing fancy places and stuff. No, it's more in immersing with the culture and figure out stuff on my own. And thinking about all these questions, this is actually the real journey for me. And I know on the other side, it's also this annoying sentence you hear everywhere, oh yeah, I need to find myself while solo traveling. I get it, but it's unfortunately, it's 100% true. And if you don't try to find yourself and you just only distract yourself, totally fine, you can do whatever you want. But for me, I have to keep asking myself, hey, do I really want to go being on the road forever? And I'm very indecisive. I feel like, yes, I want to do, and then I also want, as I said, the stability. So it's a very diverse topic and very complex. And yeah, that also includes uncomfortable feelings like being not really humble, feeling exhausted, being also, as I said, ungrateful, because yeah, it sucks. It really sucks because, hey, I'm having such a privilege of going to different places and can experience it, and then you don't enjoy it 100%, only 70% because yeah, I've seen a lot of temples. But yeah, with that being said, that's all what I have to say for today. Let's see what will happen in a few weeks. Maybe there's a complete different mindset and shift, whatever. I'm at the early beginning of the traveling flow, I'd say, or the journey. And let me know in the comments, have you experienced that as well? That at some point with long-term travel, you feel like, yeah, all these attractions, I don't really want to see it. I want something deeper. I want some more growth. I want some more connection. Just let me know in a comment, and see you next week.